Okay, guys, good day. We are back again, my second episode of Nali-ithuba Business Opportunity. We've got Mr L Mavela. Mr L, welcome, Dad. Man, it's been a while. It's been a while, Dad.
Yes.
And you know, the episode, good dollars in plan that we've been planning this.
It has been quite some time,
but unfortunately, it
yes.
yeah, but
Silapha.
yeah. So, but the podcast is to educate, normal South Africans regarding the business opportunity, but yeah, also to find out, I'll be interviewing with a lot of people that I'll be bringing in.
Okay.
Yes. Background, who are you, where you come from, what team, so that people get the bigger picture. But okay, the business can also be done by ordinary people. So that's why we are here. Now I'm here to find out about who is ruling the Kaya Mavela. You see, so before we go deep, now where's easy. But you see, who is ruling the Kaya that?
Okay, so Ulindikaya Mavela is just a normal, I would say, a normal, person that grew up in the dusty streets of a New Bride. I think I have said that to Yayazi, New Bride, a flower. That really wanted ubomi obungcono man. Growing up in the environment of, not so much poverty, but people that were struggling financially. So I've always wanted ubomi obu progressive.
Yes.
I've always wanted to be better, not by I'm better than anyone, but for myself. I've always seen Ulindikaya as living ubomi obungcono, which is really what the business is all about. By the way, business business it's about living ubomi that is better than than the ordinary. I always say that.
Yes.
You live ubomi obu slightly above average. So that is really Ulindikaya Mavela. Really, a humble person that I took that from my parents. I can't. It's something that I can't change. I've always said that that's something that I can't change. The humility in me. But I've been fortunate to be involved in such businesses, and also meet abantu right man that are going to think the same as me, and you also to push me so that I can be a better person as old.
Coming to my second question, how did you, because you say you're from Epai, was it?
Yes.
In Cape Town, you see? When did you come there?
I came in Cape Town, it was 2008. I came in 2008, it was in January, I still remember. Dizo Fika, a train station. I came to my cousin, Dahlale Delft, for quite some time. At Delft, Leiden, I still remember. At the time, obviously, I was still looking for, better opportunities, and I had just finished my first degree at the time. So I got a job, and then I went on to study further, and then I went to study honors, masters, and all of that. That's my educational background, and then I did law. And then that is really my background. Uba ndifike njani okanye ndifike nini eKapa. That was in 2008. Yeah, that was in 2008.
Quite a while ago. So
it's
tell
quite
me,
a while.
yeah. So tell me, Kengogo, how did you come across IFA? How did you come across the business opportunity?
So business le yakwa-IFA ndizodibana nayo via uLunati. uLunati ngumntana. It's a first, I think it's one of the children of Prof, our number one. Low at time.
Yes.
uLunati. Ndizodibana naye via a friend of mine that in fact was studying a PSC, uNansika uDumi. They invited me to the presentation. I came at the time, and at the time the presentation was at Lagoon Beach. I signed because the business made sense then, but at the time I was immature to understand the magnitude of the business. Signed. In fact, ndangena savings. I was saving. Then a year later, okay, I think it was two years later, I cancelled my product because again I didn't understand the magnitude of the business, of what it can do for me at the time. And I always think that if I had started and took the business seriously at the time, I would have been far. But be that as it may, yes, I tried to work the business so and so there and there. I was disappointed, and quickly my spirits for the business didn't go as far, because I thought that I had made it because I was working at the Premier's office at the time. So that is how I met the business. And then the second time the business came to me, which is what Kengogo has brought me to this point. The business came through my wife, who was introduced in the business via her mother and Uchabazayo, because Uchabazayo had been a student of Umakaziyanda, a mother. So that's how the business came to me the second time. And I joined the business. It was in 2015 at the time. Joined the business, and ever since then, dilapha ngoku.
You've never looked back, Dad?
Never looked back.
Yeah, has it been an interesting journey?
Look, it's been a tough. It's been a tough, interesting journey. I've really learned a lot, in a sense that apart from the achievements that we've achieved in the business, the properties, the cars, sending our kids to the best schools and whatnot, but on a personal space, because I grew up from a very humble beginning. Yeah. And the business told me that you must come out of your shell. So that is what really it struck me in the business as I went deeper in fact, in getting to know the business better. So it has been a roller coaster of a journey, because with any kind of business you go through the ups and downs, but I must say that it is a powerful business opportunity. You
touch on one thing, it's a roller coaster, and it is a powerful business. One of those, it's like life itself.
It is exactly.
Life itself is full of a roller coaster, ups and downs.
The ups and downs.
And we want to find our feet as especially hamba. Yes. And we want to make it in life. We want to
we
make
want
it.
to be successful
Yeah.
in life. We want to make it with our families. I've got kids. I want my kids to have a better future than what
100%.
I had.
Mm.
So with that background,
Mm.
of course, you know, you look into the future and in fact in the present, and
Yeah.
you want to ensure that the present is right so that it can impact in the future. And that's what the business of IFA is all about. It's about working now so that you have a bright future.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, Uti, okay, the business came across, was brought to you by Umama. So, tell me, Itini, what made you join the business? I want to know, number one, what made you join the business? Number two, not your current situation.
Mhm.
Are you working? What you
Yes.
know, all of those things. I want to know, but both not me and also for the people, so that the people too can educate themselves.
Yes.
And can refer back to your story that Kanele Mavela is doing this and this and this and
Yes.
this and this, so that it can be clear picture to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
What really made me join the business, apart from the fact that my wife brought the business to me, I mean the queen of the house, so of course I couldn't say no. To get what I mean. But in you know, in making sense of everything, it was at the point in my life where, and this is what, by the way, people need to look into. When you look into your future, what do you see?
Yeah.
And when you look into your future, you take into consideration what is happening now, your current status. And what made me join the business, it was evaluating Ujog,
Yeah.
what was happening to me financially,
Yeah.
and my responsibilities at the time when I was working for one of the parastatals in South Africa, and the life that I wanted to live with my kids and my family. And I thought that I needed an extra income, because there is no way, there's no way that I was going to live the kind or the quality of life that we had visioned for me and my wife when we got married. That's how and why I joined the business. And you know, Mhlonitshwa, I am an academic.
And that's what was gonna come in.
Yeah.
Apart
For
from-
me, give me books.
Yeah.
Give me books, I'm gonna study and go and pass. I never knew that I would be a business, you know, a person, and in fact in the house would be a business people. So going back to your question, the reason why we joined together, me and my wife, the business, it was purely because we wanted to live a better life with our kids. And the most important factor, taking into consideration our backgrounds, me and my wife, because we grew up, both me and her, by the way, we grew up very poor. You can see that I'm handsome now. I'm telling you. I'm our backgrounds are not good. So in reference, what we can reference, we see poverty. And what we see in future, the business showed a bright future for us together with my little kids. That's why I joined the business, and I was prepared, by the way, as a person that is a person that I am. I thought that, you know what, I'm gonna try this, because life is not about me. It's about my family. I need to do this for my family. I need to provide a bright future for my family.
100%. Such a and
Yeah.
a powerful story related to you are an academic. You went to school, you have a good job, all of that, you and your wife, but you saw the need to join the business because when you looked into the future, you saw, we need this business for a comfortability of a family, to live comfortable and all of that.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell me your achievements in the business. Obviously, you've achieved quite a lot. Man. Highlights. You see, number one, when you join the business, your first earnings in the business and how you grew in the business up until where you are today. You see.
Yes.
And Jane in a nutshell, that.
Yeah. So when I obviously started to work, the business, of course the goal was to achieve something bigger. But we had understood at the time that we need to start bit by bit. So umkholo wami, if I remember umkholo wami wokuqala, and I used to say this in my presentations back in the day, that umkholo wami wokuqala, it was about 300 and something in the business. Because remember, we were told, saqhazelwa business, tata umuntu umse ku-presentation, amamele i-presenter izawuthini, assign, ajoine business, which is the business opportunity. Ubhatalwa ngokwenza loo nto leyo. So I've always maintained that, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So then I progressed, if I remember, from 300, because at the time, I think it was in 2016, 2017, we were pushing the business together with my wife. I progressed to getting paid from 300 to 1.9, and then obviously from 1.9 I jumped the clubs, as you know now. Club 15, club 30, club 60. I went through all those clubs, getting paid almost 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000.
As the additional income.
This was an extra and additional income. And remember, this additional income, if I'm saying that I got paid these amounts of money, my wife equally was getting paid also the same amount, because she was also progressing, in fact, faster than me. With business. So you can imagine people that are professionals getting paid at work. Of course, with Central, salary zethu can never be enough, and getting an extra income of 60,000 ending. That is how, how we've managed to renovate our house. We've managed to buy the cars that I have in my testimony.
I know
the Audi A7s, the BMWs. I've got now the smaller nyana car now.
Car.
Those the car to run around, around the neighborhood. So we haven't achieved much, but we have achieved in accordance with our work ethic in the business. And up until today, we are still going to push the business so that we can achieve greater heights in the business.
Such a powerful testimony that and I see how you brought your accomplishments in the business.
My accolades,
provincial and national.
These are my accolades. This is when they gave me this accolade. I was the number 3 national club points growth award. What that means is that number 1, I humbled myself. I listened to the person that was teaching me about the business at the time. I attended the presentations. I was hungry for success up until to date. So as you can see, I mean, this is one of the accolades. Couple of the year, me and my wife, we've really achieved in the business, and we've really pushed the business. And when I say we have pushed the business, it means that the future is still bright, because there's still room for improvement in the business. Couple of the year, and I've always maintained that these certificates, they come like this, but they also come with money. Couple of the year also position number 2 nationally. National. I'm talking about now. All the provinces, as you can see, this is a silver award. Yeah, this is a silver award. This means that we implemented what was supposed to be implemented in the business. We worked the business, Dr. Mhlonitsh.
Yeah.
We worked the business. So these are some of the few accolades. I think I've shared also a video where I've shared all the certificates from Club 15 up until the club statuses that we are in now with my wife, and we still want more.
Yes.
We want to progress. We want more, because as you know that it's difficult now in South Africa. Petrol prices are rising, food is expensive, fees are expensive, everything is expensive, property is expensive, so you need that additional income. So that is why we are still going to push the business to great heights.
Yeah, powerful, such a powerful testimony.
Yeah.
And then there was we attend presentations together. You want to so testimony, I know it, but I wanted you to bring it out there so that who is looking for extra income to also relate, man, to your story.
Yes.
Because sometimes we sit in offices as ne-aircon data nesitulo esijikelezayo.
We've made it.
And think we've made it.
We've made it.
You see?
We know that that is an English term that is called a fallacy, which means
yeah, and those fancy words at your door, and think you've made it, and you have people that are reporting under you,
Yeah.
So uthetha nge-additional income of 60,000 komnye umuntu yisalary leyo, but to wena apha endlini it's an additional income, which is very, very powerful, and it has brought to you to le ndawo kuyo ngoku, one of your achievements in the business. But khawuthi gqabagqaba Mhlonitshwa, before we close it, what do you want to say to umntu who's out there who, let's say, wants to make an additional income, number 1, and also number 2, umntu umkhuthaza njani? You see, we know out there, we've already highlighted this, it's tough out there, petrol prices are rising,
yes,
this and that and that and that, and it's not gonna decrease anytime soon.
Of course.
So as ixesha lihamba, izinto are simply gonna escalate, guys.
They're gonna get worse.
Yeah, they're gonna get worse.
Look, Mhlonitshwa, what I can say is that first thing is first, if ungumuntu or wise, because you in fact, to be wise, in fact, you must hang around abantu abawise. If you want to be successful, we know that you must hang around abantu aba successful, njalo njalo.
Yes.
But what is crucially important, seek information. Seek information. The business layer kwa AFA has a website, has an app where your information is shared. Go to www.ifa.co.za. Uyo click under testimonials. Uzafika pa ubona izimanga what the business has done to ordinary people. So if ungumuntu that is suffering from depression, suffering from anxiety because of your finances zakho. Because I'm telling you, if finances can do that,
100%.
if your finances zakho are skewed, awuzukonwabe ebomini. If you are suffering financially, go to the website, go read about the business.
Yes.
Seek information. Speak to umuntu that knows about the business opportunity. And most importantly, if wena hlonitshwa awukho ambitious, no one is going to be ambitious for you. I'm telling you. There will be no one that will be ambitious for you and your family.
Yeah.
Akho delegation kwi-ambition. Akwazi udelegate. Irresponsibility yakho as a person.
Yeah.
So if wena ufuna impumelelo, bonakalisa wena if uyayifuna le mpumelelo ngothini? Go attend the presentations. Ngoku unatsika